believe it or not, I bumped into an old friend of the player. This is Richard Baxter. Richard, lovely to see you again.
Hi, Andy.
And the reason I say he's an old friend is if you've ever watched any of the player videos, one of the greatest videos we ever did, in my opinion, was Richard's E-Type Jag. And if you click up over Richard's head now, there, you'll see that interview. Go and have a look at it. It's a really good interview, isn't it?
Yeah, we did it at Hanbury Manor.
At Hanbury Manor, it certainly was. But today, you have this amazing bit of kit. Tell me a bit about it.
Okay, so this is my race car toy.
Your race car toy.
And I came across this car 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And apart from the E-Types,
I know you've got the E-Type.
The BMW M3s. They're an amazing driver's car.
Stunning bit of kit.
Stunning piece of kit.
Was it like this when you bought it?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
So it was all done, all badged, and
yes, more or less. There are a few tweaks that I've made.
Yeah, sure.
To the car, but
so this is a real race car.
It's a real race car.
Right.
And the driver of the race car in the series, it raced in the series called the German DTM.
German touring car.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they call it the Deutsche Touring Meisterschaft.
Yeah. He loves the Germans, even though we're not in Europe anymore. But
and
we still love them.
We do, and absolutely. And the thing I particularly liked about this car,
I've got to stop you there. Do you remember those two guys on the Muppets? That's how I feel at the moment. Yeah? There's a lot of people around us watching this. I just feel like, I'll do that. Sorry,
I did Muppets.
Please carry on. And I'm not going to touch your car this time. I've seen all the comments that I got for putting sticky fingers on cars. So have you noticed I put my hands in my pockets?
Yeah, but a race car you can because it's always scratched and marked. No.
Guys, stuff you. I'm going to touch the car because I feel more comfortable. Please carry on, Richard.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
So the nice thing about this car for me when I came across it was that Steve Soper was the race driver. It was his car.
Steve Soper, the British guy. Yep.
And as far as I know, up until that point, he was the only British driver who made the grade into the DTM.
Okay.
And so he was, and this car is one of the 3 works teams.
Right.
They made, there were 3 teams. There was Lindner, there was Schnitzer, and there was Zach Speed.
I love the way you remember all this. Go on.
And this one is a Zach Speed car. Each team had two cars, 2 drivers, and Steve Soper drove this car.
Amazing.
And he just got into the DTM his first year with a car of his own for the whole year. And with this car, he won 2 races,
right? Both
at the Nürburgring.
So this been around the Nürburgring?
Well, raced at the Nürburgring, and also Zach Speed were based at the Nürburgring. And so all his testing was carried out on the Nürburgring.
Stunning.
And I've got all the test data sheets of him taking the car out, temperatures.
Let me ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
You say you bought this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not something you're going to find advertised in Car Weekly, or is it?
No.
How did you find it?
I came across this because through the club, there's a guy who was involved with race cars. That's his passion.
Right.
And he's the guy to go to.
This is the BMW Owners Club.
BMW Car Club.
Car Club.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're the official car club in Great Britain.
Excellent. And that's how you come across this type of car. If you were thinking of buying one of these.
Yeah.
But you can't take this out on the road, can you?
No. It's a completely track-only car.
So where do you get to drive this?
On track. So
anywhere you particularly like to drive this car? Brands Hatch or maybe?
Any circuit, I'll drive it. Mostly happened to have driven this one at the Donington race circuit.
Nice.
Snetterton.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it went to Snetterton actually. Anyway, Donington, Silverstone.
Oh. Which track?
The Grand Prix? International one.
Oh, international.
No, I think the Grand Prix track.
The full one?
Yeah.
And this is, I mean, what was it like to drive?
It's just amazing. It's just an amazing car.
I get so excited. You know what I'm like? When I meet someone like Richard, it's like, oh, what's this and what's that and what's that though? I just can't. So you jumped in this and it's all race prepped? Or?
Yeah, race prepped, ready to go. Well, it takes time.
I was going to say.
You have to prepare it beforehand. You do a spanner check. You change the oil.
What about tyres? You run on slicks or road tyres?
Slick tyres, and also these got wet tyres on there at the moment.
Yeah, I did see it's got a bit of tread on there. So, and what about noise regulations? Because I know when it's open pit lane, you get noise regs, don't you?
Yeah. So
does it pass?
It's just about inside. just about inside. Yeah.
Right.
But I've also dragged this over to the Nürburgring.
You've driven this round the Nürburgring?
Round the Nürburgring.
I'm sorry. Guys,
Yeah.
excuse me. This guy has driven this round the Nürburgring.
And the
as fast as Mr. Soper?
Of course, yeah, easy. And
I love it.
and the amazing thing was the car comes from the 1989 season.
Right.
And when we went to the Nürburgring, can you believe it? One of the other cars from that season also was there. And so we were doing circulations together around the ring on two cars that raced each other in period.
30 years later.
Yeah, because it was 2006 this went over there, and we're talking about 89 car. Yeah.
27 years. It's amazing. Can we have a look under the bonnet? And you
Yeah,
explain a
please
little
do,
bit about
yeah.
the Right, what we've got to do, guys, we'll do a little bit of a dance here, because I haven't got the wireless mics. So we're going to do this. We did rehearse this, so we should get it right. One would
So the first thing to say is that in period,
yeah.
which I found out recently, is that the bonnet, the bumpers, and the side skirts would have been carbon fibre. They would have been.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, over the years, they've gone.
They've gone, and now we're just a normal
Now
bonnet.
we're metal, yeah. But
It is quite heavy, this, isn't it?
it is. It's going to go back to carbon fibre.
We got it?
Yep.
There we go. So we're going to have to hold it, because obviously being a race car, it doesn't have a bonnet.
Yeah,
stay.
there's no stay.
There's no stay on it, but come and check this out. Richard, explain a little bit. What is this under here?
Okay, so the engine in the DTM car of this period, because each year they changed. This year was a 2.3 litre engine, and it had twin fuel injectors.
Okay.
It hasn't got the correct trick engine from 1989. It's gone.
Yeah, I suppose they kept the engine.
No, who knows? This stuff it slides down the food chain.
Yeah, disappears somewhere off the
Maybe
back.
the engine blew up. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But so this one is not the original, but it's just something that when you bought it was in here.
Yeah, when I bought it, he was the guy I bought it from, a chap called Alex Elliott.
Yeah.
Very knowledgeable guy. He said, don't get a race engine because A, they're very unreliable, hard to keep in tune, and what you want is a kind of hybrid engine that will give you some of the race car power, but not all the hassle of rebuilds and everything else. So the trick engine, which with these two fuel injectors, one here,
Yep.
and another one where they are now, was putting out about 330 brake horsepower.
Wow.
This one is probably about 305, but it's durable.
It's still fast enough. I mean,
Yeah, I mean it's amazingly fast. It's only 20,
off the
20
mark.
horsepower.
What will it do?
I don't know. I've got no idea. Probably 0 to 60 might be, depending on the gearing,
Yeah.
might be around about 4 seconds, something like that.
Wow.
But it's a 2.3 litre. The weight of the car is 960 kilogram.
Nothing.
Nothing, is it?
It hasn't got anything in it, has it? It's just the body shell.
But it's based on, I mean, the road M3 car was built to homologate this car. So the engine is very, very similar to a road car engine.
Yeah. I was just looking at it actually.
It almost looks the same, yeah?
It does, yeah.
But you're looking at pistons, they're going to have...
It's a standard 4-cylinder engine that
Yeah.
BMW bring out. Not like the modern 6-cylinder that's
No.
very common now in most of the BMs.
I mean, the 4-cylinder engine on here was basically a cut down from a 6-cylinder road car engine.
So they cut 2 cylinders off.
Cut 2 cylinders
made it
off.
into 4.
Yeah.
I had a feeling that might be the case. Because Ferrari did something, not Ferrari, Alfa Romeo did something very similar with the Ferrari V8. They chopped off 2 of these and ended up with a V6.
Yeah, made it from the V8 from the V12, yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, the thing that intrigues me about this car, I love all the engineering and what BMW engineers did to make these cars competitive. And the M3 race car is the most winningest car ever. They've won something like, I mean, goodness knows how many now because they're still winning, but back in the day they were saying...
But they're still winning British touring cars.
Yeah,
There's a lot of BMWs in there, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, this actual E30 configuration of M3,
Yeah.
they won something like 1,750 major races.
That's stunning.
It's a very, very competitive car.
And you love it, don't you?
I love it.
Let's put this bonnet down. I mean, it's just I've just got to watch my fingers here.
Yeah,
haven't I?
you're just going to let that go and then just let it find its own way. There we go.
There you go. Look
So
at
what
that.
you're looking at there, for example, that little piece there.
Where's that? Here.
Yep.
That's a windscreen wiper, isn't it?
That's a
Oh
point.
no, it's the
Air jack.
pumps. The air jack.
It's got
I
air
just
jacks.
realised. I thought it was the windscreen wipers in the middle, wasn't it?
Yep.
It's incredible.
The wheels have got magnesium centres.
Yeah, lovely. Hey, do you need a lot of tools? Do you carry a lot of tools with you when you go to a track day with this
Really?
car?
No. Good set of
Good set of spanners.
metric spanners.
Set of tyres.
Set of tyres, yeah, in case the weather changes.
And obviously, I mean, the car itself goes on the trailer, I presume. You can't
Goes on trailer.
drive it on the road. So.
Yeah, goes on the trailer.
Wow. And
But-
what brought you to the London Classic Car Show?
Well, we thought we'd do a homage this year to the E30, which is what we got here.
Why all these cars are here? Yeah.
And each the E30, they did a touring, they did a M3 road car, which was the homologation road car. This is the race car, the variation of that. We've got a simple 316 four-door family saloon,
Yeah.
and then we've got a 325i cabriolet.
And they're all absolutely mint condition, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, these are all belong to club members,
Yeah.
and all excited to bring their cars up and have them on
it's
display.
amazing. I've got to ask, we're up on the balcony level.
Yeah,
How did you get it up here?
yeah. through those roller blinds. Other side, car lifts.
It's very clever. Because when you're up here, you think, where do they get all these cars up here?
But I had to push this one because
Oh, you had...
we can't start
really
that
want
up
to start
here.
that up there.
Be fun to do it, wouldn't it? Can you
Why don't
imagine
we
dropping
do
battery
that?
in?
Let's take this down to a track one day.
Yeah.
And guys, we'll invite you down to come and watch Richard.
Yeah,
'Cause I
yeah,
think
no, it'd be
that
great.
would be amazing. And at the same time, we can talk about your other cars, because I know you've got a passion for some of these.
Yes.
Not just BMs.
Well, the other thing we could do, because whenever I take this on track,
Yeah.
people just come around it because they love it as well.
Well, yeah, I mean...
And there's a spare seat, so we can give someone a lift around and give them a ride.
Guys, there's an opportunity there for a competition. So what we might do at the end of this, Richard and I are going to discuss something, because I'm not going to put him on it live now. And let's just decide how we're going to run a little competition that you can enter to win a drive, or a ride, not a drive, we're not going to let them drive it, a ride in this car around one of the British racetracks. So we'll have a think about that. So skip to the end or watch the rest of the video and answer the question at the end. You never know. You might be in a car with Richard. God help you. Thanks, Richard.
Pleasure.
Been a pleasure as always.
Yeah.
Richard Baxter, everybody. Thank you. Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Yeah.
Let's go and have a look around the rest of the show.
Here's a little competition for you. The opportunity to sit as a passenger in this car, and we're going to go around a British racing circuit. To answer the question for the competition is, what were the full race results of this car in its year of competition?